Yes, hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to how to completely crush it on Facebook. So you are on this training because you found my link somewhere and you want to know how you become that amazing online rock star. You see so many famous, online celebrities out there. Within your niche, you want to become like them. How did they do it? How are you going to do it? And this is what we're going to go through now. I'm going to give you some tips as to how you can start, change a little bit of what you're doing already to get that attention that you really want. So I'm going to go through how you get complete strangers to like your posts, how you get complete strangers to engage with your posts, how you get complete strangers and friends to read your post, actually, read them, and read the entire way through the post, and also how to get loads of people to opt into your what you call a capture page. How do you get leads? How do you maximize what you're doing already? So if you've been watching some of my videos the past week, I've been talking a lot about how to get attention, how to get people to engage, how to get them actually to see you, how to get them to opt in. And now I'm going to show you. I've just been talking about it, I've been telling you what you have to do in theory. Now I'm actually going to show you how to do it, what you're going to do on your fan page, on what kind of post that will get a lot of attention. Oops. Oh, I was a little bit too fast there, I think. Yeah, but this is the thing, and we're going to go through that as well. So you can do loads and loads of things, but still, if you're not doing it completely right, you will get ignored. Nobody will notice you. Nobody will engage with you. But I think, why don't we just first go into a screen share? I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you. Oh, what is that? Yes, my entire screen. Yes, please. Yeah. First of all, I am going to show you one of my really favorite memes. This is a very popular one. As you can see, I actually have been running this for some time, but I didn't run it continuously. I turn it on and I turn it off. So I'm not using it all the time. I have different posts where I, to make it a little bit different, not always the same. So this one, for example, is really interesting. But as you can see, this is a nice picture with a nice quote on it. People love this. Create a life that you don't need a vacation from. And then, a summer picture. So this is very popular. People love it. And as you can see, some people are a little bit negative. Some are, well, not negative, but, of course, she's right. It's easier said than done. But if you don't do anything, you won't get anywhere. That's obvious. And as you can see, people, I don't know these people. They are complete strangers. Complete strangers, but they relate to this post. They can feel, they feel it, and that's why they're commenting on it. And as you can see, I've got 667 shares and more than 4,000 likes on this post. And I'm telling you, I haven't been running this continuously. I run it maybe for a month, and then I don't run it for 2 months. So I'm using it to grow my audience on Facebook. This kind of ad will actually get you a lot of attention, and you will get people to see you, see your fan page. This is my fan page, and your fan page out there will be noticed. That's why it's so important. You have to have a picture of yourself and what you're doing, actually. Because if you just put a picture of nothing up here, like a sunset or a dog or whatever, or a perfume, depends on what you are, what you are working with. It's got to be personal, and because the next time people see you, they will know you're the same person, and then they know you already. So this is a very popular post that you can use to get, attention and to grow your audience. This means that 57, nearly 58,000 people have seen this post. And out of that, I paid, because this is a paid ad, I pay very little. I don't even pay $1 a day to run this ad. Paid is nearly 36,000 people. The reach of this ad has been 36, and that's what I paid for. Then on top of that, the organic reach is nearly 22,000. So you can see I almost reached it's not 50-50, but it's perhaps 60-40. So I got 40% for free. And that 40% is because people like it so much that they are sharing it. Nobody tells them to do this, but they love this. They want to share it with their friends because they feel it. This is what they feel. So go and make that amazing post that make people feel something. Then you get the organic reach that is a 40% that is completely for free. That is one of my posts and what we call memes. I've got another one I started not long ago, really popular. I just started again. I posted for a month nearly, and then I'm running it again because the thing is, when you put too much text on pictures on Facebook, they will run your ad for a week and then they will stop it. And that's what happened to me. I ran this ad and the text was, it was filling up the entire space up here. If you can see my mouse, I'm not sure if you can see it, but where you can see the text now, it completely blocked out the space, the sky of this picture, and Facebook doesn't like that. So I had to stop the ad and I had to reduce the text. And now it's okay. Now they let me run this. So as you can see, this is a beautiful picture, amazing. And find a quote that is really, dig deep into the heart and mind of your audience. You can also add a little text. You saw the other ad. I didn't put anything. I didn't put a text. I actually tested out what works. Sometimes I put a link to a blog post or, usually to a blog post. And I found that when you put a link, people, they don't like it that much. And they don't really like when you are promoting things. What they like is that you just, this is just pure value. You give it out for free. It's just some nice pictures and that creates emotions in them. And you can also see there's some, people that can relate to this. True, amen, amazing. They love it. And here we have actually 1,000 likes. And this is a fairly new post that I did. Here's something really, really amazing. Amazing. Because as you can see, I have 4,235 thousand people that this ad reached, paid. I paid for that. But I've got almost double organic. And this, this organic reach is completely free. I don't pay more than $1 a day for this ad. And I run it for perhaps for 2 weeks. And what happens sometimes is that even though I don't run this ad, people still share it. They still like it because it's circulating out there because of the shares, because you get people actually sharing that post. And when people, they only share things that they like. So when you make something that they like and that they can relate to, they will share it for you. And then you get all this attention for free. And this is how you get the attention. This is how you get people to engage, because if nobody had engaged on this post, there would be nothing, there would be no likes, no shares, no organic reach. So this is how you get the attention. This is how you get people to engage with your post. You can write a little poem. You can write a few lines, whatever, whatever you like. It has to come from the heart. You can also put a link. I actually made a test with this post. I put a link to a blog post I wrote about vision. And that was actually quite popular because I got traffic from this ad to my blog because the blog post was related to the meme, to the post I did. It was about vision. It was about dreaming. So if you write something really, meaningful, without asking for anything in return, I'm sure you will get people or traffic to your blog or the article you write about this subject, but it's got to have something to do with them. So that brings me to, I just have to open up a file. Oh, where am I now? Is that my personal page? Yes, I actually have to show you how to make a blog post. No, I'm sorry. How you do a Facebook post. You know, if you can make a post now where you want people to engage, you want them to read it because you have a call to action at the bottom of that post. You want them to take action. Perhaps you want them to go to your blog, or you want them to go to your Facebook fan page, or you want them to go to a capture page to get something perhaps for free, or perhaps your product or your service or whatever. What you can do is that you may use this easy, if I can find it. Well, actually, I think that was on my other computer. Let me just think. Maybe I have it on my fan page. Let's see if I can find. This is called a post where you place a hook. You write a long message, a long text, and what you do to get people to read that post is that in the beginning you put a hook. You put a hook in the text, and that may sound a little bit, confusing if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's actually, I'm sure you know what this is. You've heard it before. I'm scrolling now to find that text with a post with a hook. I just changed computer, so I haven't got everything. I forgot. I haven't got everything on this one, so I just forgot to upload the. I'm just going to make one. I'm just going to write a post so you can see what I mean. A hook is something like, yes, please, I want to go to the top, please. Okay. Let's write something here. Let me see. What kind of hook can we do? Today I went out to the store to get my shopping done. I parked my car and I parked my car. Well, I actually don't have a car. I walk to the shop. I live just in a big city in Copenhagen. It's the capital, so you don't need a car here really. So I turned the corner of my street, and what met my eyes was unbelievable. Is that correctly spelled? Unbelievable. I had never seen anything like it before. ... I know this is very, it's got to be something really incredible when you write something like this, but I'm doing it to emphasize, what is a hook. It's not really a hidden hook. This is very clear. I've never seen anything. Here you are. You're creating curiosity with a hook. So here, this is just what we're doing. You walk in the street like anybody else. They can relate to that. And then you see something. And what you see is so amazing that you haven't seen anything like it before. So here you are creating curiosity. And what happens is when you post this and put a picture of you know, maybe it's a hint. Maybe it's just you looking completely amazed. You know, it could be anything, actually, a picture. It's good to put pictures because then you really get the attention. But when you post this, and you know that Facebook only show the 3 first lines. So when you post this, make sure that you don't give the answer, or they can't see, you know, what the answer is. They have to click. They have to read more. Let's see what this looks like. I can always take it away again. So I don't want to, you know, make people curious if there's nothing behind. So you see, read more. So they really have to click here. Now you can't see read more because I didn't write more. But when you write an entire text, put it below the 3 lines, then you're sure that people will just see the hook. And the hook is right here. And it can be anything, really. It doesn't have to be anything that happened to you. It could be some amazing... I'll just delete this one before I get unpopular. It could be anything, really. And the next thing you do when you write is that you don't put the answer just below the 4 lines. What you do is that you keep the suspense and you put the answer at the end of your post. So don't give it away immediately, because then people will not read the rest. So give it away. And you know what you can do to be really, really cheeky is that you can write a text, you put a hook, write with the body, the whole content, and then people have to click that link, you know, to see what actually happened. And that could be, you know, on your blog post. You send them to your blog post where they can read the story of what happened to you. And that way you can get traffic to your blog. One thing is really important when you use the hook. You have to deliver. You have to give them a satisfying answer. Because if you cheat people to click on something and you don't give them, you don't satisfy that curiosity, that's bad. And then, you know, when they see you the next time, they will not click your post. They will not go and read your, you know, because you cheated them. So don't do that. Make sure that it correlates with what you are promising them. Make sure you give them an answer that you satisfy their curiosity. So this is how you make, and pictures, you can make hooks with pictures. You can, you know, you can be creative, really, really creative. And I'm going to put out a training about all these ideas and things you can do to create hooks and curiosity. But for now, we're going to jump right into the next. The number 4, I think, was to show how can you make an opt. How do you get people to opt in? How do you make a landing page? This is a capture page, and maybe you've even seen it because maybe you came into this webinar through this this landing page of mine where I gave you my red hot tips to get leads on Facebook, actually. So this landing page is really popular. It has a conversion rate of around 50%, and that is very, very good, which means that when I have 100 people coming in, 50 people, they opt in. And that's a lot. And as you can see, it's really simple. Here we have the message. Do like 1,000 others and get these red hot Facebook and start generating your first free leads today. So what I'm doing here is that I'm telling people to join the club, to join the inner circle. The inner circle, they have these tips, and then I tell them this is what is going to happen to you today. You are going to generate free leads once you get those tips. So I'm telling them what's in it for you. Well, this is what there's. Start getting free leads today. That's where it's about them. It's really, really simple. Tell them here what to do. Yes, go and give me the tips. And then I threw in this testimonial. And this is a friend of mine who used my tips, these tips, and she grew her list with, 400 leads in a month. And she was horrible. She never got any leads before. So take one of your testimonials. I don't mean she was horrible. She was very, she didn't used to get leads. And then when she started using these tips, she got 400 leads a day. So throw in a testimonial, That's really going to, you know, be like, you know, do you know when you go to a landing page, the testimony is like the last chip that gets you to take action, and that, you know, makes you decide, yeah, if she can do it, then I can do it too. I always put, don't worry, because sometimes people are a little bit worried about giving away the email. So this is a good one to put. So this is a really simple landing page, a capture page. So the more simple you keep it, the less you ask for right here. Just name and email. You can just ask for the email. I always ask for the name because I like to make it personal. Because when you write to your list, when you write to your leads, your people, you want them, you know, you want to name them. You want to use their name. You want to call their name. So that makes it more personal. And I just want to show you. Yeah, I want to show this. That this is a new test funnel that I did. And this is the one. So you see, well, actually has a conversion rate of 62% nearly. And that is a lot. That is a high converting funnel. And you do that by making it simple, making it personal. As you saw, I just placed a picture on it of myself. People, they know me already from around the internet, so that makes it more personal. I made those tips. It were not from somebody else. They were mine, and I did them, and you just go and get them. So, okay, I have a horrible hair day today, so I'm not going to put on the camera. I'm going to jump to the next part of the presentation where I tell you how important it is, where I'm going to show you why you don't get the attention that you need. Boom, boom, boom. Let's start the slide. Yeah, we came into, yeah. Okay, so you do all this stuff. You do all what I told you. Make an amazing funnel. You make a really beautiful post, and you're still getting old. You just don't understand it. What is going on? Nobody's noticing me. Nobody's engaging with me. What is wrong with me? Or what is wrong with them? So how do you get the attention? Now I want this effect. Yeah. How do you get them to engage? How do you get them to read me? I just told you how to do this, but if that doesn't work, there's a reason for this. And this is because you're not using the number one rule. The number one thing that rules them all, like the ring that rules them all. This ring rules everything. And I'm going to show you in a minute what it is. So how do you get them to follow you? Yeah, it comes down to one thing, one basic thing, and that is your purpose. So what is your purpose? Is it, I want to build a business online, I want to become rich so I can travel the world and be free? Yes, that is your vision. That is not your purpose. Because what you want out of your life doesn't have anything to do with your target market. It's not about them, it's about you. But your purpose that I'm talking about right now is all about your target market. It's your statement of purpose, it's your value proposition, your unique selling proposition, and you've probably heard about that. If you haven't, I'm going to explain to you what it is. They are those qualities that differentiates you from everything else and everybody else you see out there. They are your special qualities that makes you different. It's your uniqueness and your absolute amazing qualities that nobody else but you have. And it is what you can do for them. Your customers, your prospects, your audience, your leads. What can you do for them? And it's really, really important because it is exactly what attracts them to you. So if you know about attraction marketing, you know that you attract people to you. You attract the right people to you. You put yourself out there into the marketplace. And then the people that like you, they get attracted to you. They like what you do. They like what you give them. Because when they identify themselves with you, this will happen. You will get their attention. They will read your messages. They will engage. They will opt into your funnels, and they will follow you. Oops. I thought there was another one. Yeah, this is going to happen. And this is not something that you have to force. This will happen when you do the right thing. This will happen automatically, completely on autopilot. I mean, this is how the game works. This is how it works. So now you want to know how you find your purpose, how you find your unique selling proposition. What you do is that you take a piece of paper and you can make a screenshot of this so you don't forget what it is. And then you answer these questions. What is it that I offer? How is it that I can help them? How is it that they will benefit from what I'm offering? And why should they actually listen to me at all? Why should they listen to me? They should listen to you. In which way is my service unique? They should listen to you because your service is unique. So let's see. I made some examples for you. This is a very typical, very classic one in weight. If you're in the weight loss industry and health, you could say something like, I'm here to help you lose 50 pounds in 3 months simply by eating what you like the most and following my tailored to you plan. So let's break this down. Here you're telling them how you give them value. I mean, you are giving them value. You are being of service to them. This is what they will gain. They will gain, no, they will not gain because they will lose 50 pounds in 3 months. I mean, I know about weight loss products and things like that. You have to be a little bit careful about what you promise, but it's always good to put a time frame. Because if you put something like lose 50 pounds in less than 3 months, for example, or in no time, that's a bit vague. You have to put something specific. So if you know, because you tested it out yourself, or you know somebody who did, that you can lose 50 pounds in less than 3 months, then you can write it because you've got the testimonial. But be careful with the health products and weight loss products. I know they are very strict about this. So this is just an example. This is just to see how you can construct that sentence, because the purpose statement is basically a sentence that you use, you know, in whatever you do. It can be the tagline on your blog. It could be a tagline on your Facebook fan page. Or this could be like an ad that you're doing, or it could be something that you write like on your funnel. Like I wrote, you will get these tips and then you can start generating leads today. So this is how they benefit, you know, and here you think about them. They can eat what they like the most, because here comes your uniqueness, because they're following your tailored to them plan. You made this plan for them, because so they can't do this without you. And this is what makes you unique. So you take them into consideration. What do they like to eat? And then you tailor a plan to them. So here's another example. Showing you how to build your own home-based business, making big bucks simply by following my easy peasy step-by-step proven plan. Here you're telling them, I'm going to show you how to build your own home business and make money. This is what they want. This is what we all want. Simply by following my easy peasy plan. So this is your plan that they are following. Actually, they do recommend that you don't use my or I in any copy. So you could change that and put this tailored to your plan. I just put my here for the purpose of demonstration to show you that this is what makes you unique. But we shouldn't be talking about ourselves. We should be talking about them. So you could write something like, following this tailored plan made by someone who has, you know, tested it or done it or gone the path, walked the path or whatever, something like that. So you can actually take this my out. I would recommend you actually take that out. So next. So that brings me to my purpose statement, my value proposition, my unique selling point. I'm showing you this, how I made one, how I'm using these principles. I'm here to show you much more cool personalized strategies you can use to take your audience by storm. Make them fall madly in love with you and sell them your amazing stuff. And how do I do that? I do it by teaching you so you learn exactly how you can build an engaging and hungry for more audience with Facebook ads. And I actually do this in 2 weeks, and this is for less than $2 a day. This is not what you don't have to pay me for this, because this is a free training. This is what you have to pay Facebook. Like I showed you before, you can build an audience for less than $2 a day. And I'm going to show you how you do it, because this is what I'm doing, and this is how I'm growing my audience. And this is actually a complete module from my launch, a launch I do in December. So this is a module that I'm giving away in a free training. In my 7 weeks launch, free training on December 8th. And I'm going to put a link right here on the right side, so you can go and sign up for that training. It's completely free. I'm doing this training. This is value that I'm putting into the marketplace. And yeah, this is basically the invitation to my launch, my free training, where I will show you how you'll be making a super engaging post. I will show you exactly how I make this post that I just showed you, that got hundreds of shares and likes and explosive interaction. How you retarget your growing audience over and over again until they love you so much they can't ignore you anymore, and eventually, ultimately, buy what you're offering, because you are selling something. You should be selling. If you don't, you are not making any money. So even though you're completely newbie, this training can be used by anybody, even though you're a newbie, even though you've never done Facebook ads before, because it's easy peasy, simple. Even though you've just got 3 likes on your fan page, even though you have a tiny, tiny budget of $1 a day, even though you never had any engagement on ads before and you were throwing money out the window. That was me. I was throwing money out the window before. I just stopped doing ads until I learned this strategy, which works incredibly for me. So this is how you can do it too, and this is how I'm going to show you how to do it. Engaging, this is what we all want. We want an engaging and hungry for more audience. So just go and get that seat. I've got only 50 seats for that launch. So go and get it now. And I hope you got value from this training. See you around. See you next Friday, and see you on December 8th on this amazing training, where I'm going to show you step by step how you do that, how you get your raving audience wanting everything you want. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and see you on the other side. Bye.